I'm interviewing the leading candidates for governor about important issues facing Californians. I'm Sophia Bolag. I'm a state politics reporter for the San Francisco Chronicle. Here are a few excerpts from my conversations with the candidates. To read more from my interviews and to see our complete voter guide, go to sfchronicle.com.
If you look at all of the strikes that we're seeing right now, they stem from the declining enrollment that districts have experienced over the years. And there's a direct financial tie to that. And so even as our schools are beginning to see progress in reading, math, and science, they need more. And right now they have fewer resources. And California is one of only 6 states that still is based on an average daily attendance system. And so as governor, I would like to change that to enrollment based. So there's more revenue that's predictable that districts can count on. But on top of that, there's stuff that we need to do. We need to really roll out a long-term plan for making sure kids learn to read by 3rd grade, like they've done in Mississippi and Tennessee and other places. I don't think it's a bad thing in and of itself to say that the governor would have more direct control over the Department of Education. I think whenever a governor says they want to be an education governor, that's a great thing. And this governor and I have partnered together on all the programs that I mentioned, the transitional kindergarten, the broadband funding. What I don't understand is how the shift that he proposes will directly tie to any student outcome. That's what I keep asking, is to show what's going to be different. Making the shift by itself won't change anything. The Department of Education has been underfunded for decades. The position of state superintendent is structurally a weakened position as it is. But I've been able to counter that by using my relationships in the legislature and with the governor to focus on getting funds directly for our school districts. This new structure, as it is envisioned, I think would devastate the state superintendent position. We have to do everything that we can to support those who are the survivors of sexual assault and abuse. That has to be top priority. I do understand that the districts don't have the financial means, especially for some of these lawsuits that might go back decades. And these lawsuits have the ability to bury districts that are just struggling to make ends meet on a day-to-day basis. And so I think that the state will have to work with districts to create a very specific type of liability insurance pool that gives help to the districts to cover the costs. I think the regulations have been a good start, but I think we need to go a little further. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be driving next to an 18-wheeler that doesn't have a human occupant in that cab. I'm concerned for what kind of harm could come across. And I know there needs to be more testing. I think we have to mandate that kind of testing. I think we have to send clear messages that AI is a great tool, but if it's only being pursued for the purposes of replacing workers, I think that's penny wise and pound foolish. I think that's a mistake. I think that the beauty of AI is that it can organize data so quickly and so efficiently that, yes, maybe it will solve cancer, as they say. As someone that lost both my parents to cancer, I want to see that. But I don't want AI to be my doctor or my teacher. I think AI can be a great aid to the doctor. And I've seen this where the doctor uses AI to keep up with the meeting and to write the notes. And there's even some discussion how AI might help special education teachers, deal with all the paperwork requirements of writing IEPs. But AI should never be allowed to write the IEP. And so I think what I've written in the guidance that we provided to school districts is that AI is a tool and can complement what great teachers do, but cannot and should not ever replace those great teachers.